Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to use the News tool in Desire to Learn. The News tool allows you to create a welcome message, communicate announcements, updates, changes, and new information about your course to students quickly and efficiently. News postings appear in the News Announcement widget on your course homepage, and this is the first page that students see when they enter your course. Students can subscribe to news updates through email notifications, text message notifications, or an RSS feed. News items are created in an HTML text box. For instructions on adding different types of content to a news item, see the D2L QuickGuide, the HTML editor. To create a news item, on your course homepage, click the drop-down arrow beside News Announcements and select New News Item. Now you can enter a headline for your item, which is required, and then proceed to enter the content for your news item as well. Use the drop-down arrows and buttons at the top of the content editing box for formatting and adding items to your news item. For more detailed instructions on adding different types of content to the news item, see the D2L QuickGuide, the HTML editor. Do not change the default font as it is based on accessibility standards. You can control the size of the text by using the drop-down arrow on the Format button. Under Availability, check Always Show Start Date to allow your students to see the day the item was created. Add a start and end date for the news item if you wish. The default start date and time for an item will be the day and time it was created. Under Attachments, you can include a file with your news item by clicking Add a File. If you would like to track student progress in your course, the file will need to be added to the course map using Course Builder in addition to attaching it to a news item. Student access to a file and student progress cannot be tracked through a news item. To record up to a minute of audio, click Record Audio. You will need to have a working microphone hooked up to your computer to add audio. When you are finished with your news item, you can either publish it by clicking Publish or save it as a draft by clicking Save as Draft. News items that are published are viewable by students on the day and time selected under Availability. A draft news item is not viewable by students regardless of the day and time selected under Availability. Editing a news item. On your course homepage, click the drop-down arrow beside News Announcements and select Go to News Tool. Click on the drop-down arrow for the news item you want to edit and click Edit. In the editing window, you can make any changes you need to the news item. Click Update when you are finished editing. Dismissing a news item. On your course homepage, click the drop-down arrow beside News Announcements and select Go to News Tool. Click on the drop-down arrow for the news item you want to dismiss and click Dismiss. Your news item will be dismissed from the course homepage, but not deleted. Restoring a news item. On your course homepage, click the drop-down arrow beside News Announcements and select Go to News Tool. Click on the drop-down arrow for the news item you want to restore and click Restore. Your news item will be restored. If your news item has a start date and time, it will restore to the course homepage on that day and time. If there is no start date and time selected, it will restore to the homepage immediately. Deleting a news item. On your course homepage, click the drop-down arrow beside News Announcements and select Go to News Tool. Click on the drop-down arrow for the news item you want to delete and click Delete. You will see the confirmation message. Click Yes to confirm the deletion. This concludes the video tutorial on how to create news items in Desire to Learn. For more information or if you have further questions, please contact the Office of Distance Education at the emails listed below.